Welcome to online education classes. Today we are going to learn for class 5 social science. Today's topic on which we are going to focus is major landforms part 1. First of all, we are going to see what are landforms. A landform is an important part of the Earth's surface. We can also call it as natural features of the Earth's surface, known as landforms. Now, landforms we are able to see nearby our surrounding also. So, some of the important landforms on which we are going to talk today is mountains, plains, desert, river, plateaus. As you can see that our earth is covered by land and water. So we can say that the earth is made up of land and water. Other side, when you can see that 29% of the earth's surface is covered by land while 71% by water. So we can say that there is a ratio in which our earth is covered by two things, that is land and water, in a certain percentage. Here when you can see that some parts are flat and level while the others are raised. So these are the difference between the natural features, where there are some of the natural features which are raised while the others are flat and level. Then coming to the natural feature on which we are going to discuss today is mountains. Now what are mountains? A mountain is a landform which rises more than 900 meters above sea level. Above sea level means sea level is a flat level, and when we raise any height, so mountain is considered as an elevated land which is above sea level. It is 900 meters. The height is 900 meters. That height of elevated land is considered as mountains. Now when you see that mountains cover about 20% of the total land area of the earth, we can also say in other words that 1/5 of the total land is covered by mountains. Then we can also say that the highest point of a mountain is called a peak or a summit. Now through this diagram you can see that through this picture you can see that this conical, they have the conical peak and the steep slopes. These are known as the steep slopes and these are known as the peak. So we can say that the mountains, they have peak and steep slopes. The height and shape of the mountains depend on their age. As we look different according to our age, our appearance change. So such as mountains also, they look different according to their age. A series of parallel ranges may extend for hundreds of kilometers. Now what is this series of parallel ranges? Let us see further. Several mountains, they join together to form a chain of mountains. They are known as mountain range. What they are known as? Mountain range. Here there are some of the examples. The Himalayas, the Aravallis, the Andes and the Rockies. They are some of the examples of this mountain range. Then the other side when you see, so we have Mount Everest, that is known as the highest peak in the world. This is the highest peak in the world. Now coming to different type of mountains, as I told you that the mountains, they appear different as per their age. So the first we have, that is the Himalayas and the Alps. They are known as the young mountains. Why they are known as the young mountains? Because they have conical peak and they are very high. That is why they are considered, or they are known as young mountains. Then we have another type of mountain that is known as old mountains. Now what is this old mountains? The old mountains, they have low and rounded peaks. And why they have low and rounded peaks? Because with the change in time, what happens due to erosion and due to weathering, there is a change in mountain, and due to that change only it becomes low or it forms a round shape. So this is the difference between young mountains and old mountains. The example we have, that is the Aravallis and the Appalachians. They are considered as old mountains as they have round shape and they are having round peaks and they are very low. Then we have some of the other important mountains that are in different parts of the world that are considered as, one is the Andes in the South America, that is 7,242 kilometer long in, we can say that long in length, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so they are having this a series of channel mountain range they are considered, because they are having this much length. And one side, when we can see that the Rockies in North America, it is 3,000 kilometer long in length. So we can say that the other side we have the Rockies and the one side we have the Andes. So they are the different types of mountain range in the other parts of the world. Then I have a question, why mountains are thinly populated? Thinly populated means why less number of people live there. So we have the answer. Mountains have a thin soil cover and steep slopes. That's why we can't grow crops over here. As I told you that they have steep slopes, and because of that they have no fertile soil. The soil is not fertile. So that is why there is difficulty in growing crops. Now the other reasons why the mountainous regions are thinly populated, due to an unsuitable climate. Because maximum people, due to unsuitable climate, they cannot exist in that type of place. So that is why they don't choose mountainous region to live. Then shortage of flat land, as we have seen that the mountains, they have shortage of flat land, so it is very difficult for the people to live. Then there is difficulty in transportation, because the people they cannot choose any transport system to move from one place to another because of shortage of flat land. So this is another reason that why the mountainous regions are thinly populated. So these are some of the reasons why we can say that the mountains are thinly populated. But despite of many difficulties, the mountains do have so many importance. Now we are going to see that mountains are useful to us in other ways also. We can say that the mountains, they act as a barrier against cold and hot winds. When you see in the picture, you can see the mountains. So how mountain act as a barrier? We can say that from one place to another, if any cold or hot winds, they blow from one place to another. So what these mountains do? The mountains, they don't allow those cold or hot winds to directly go to other region. And in this way, they protect us from the direct cold or hot winds. So it gives a maximum protection to us, and it acts as a barrier to protect us from these hot and cold winds. So we can say that this is very useful to us. Then we have the next point that is very important. The slope of the mountain, they have rich pasture land and valuable forest. Now the slopes, they have rich pasture lands and also valuable forest, which are another useful example of mountains. Then the last one is that rivers originating from mountains provide water for irrigation. This is the third point. That means that mountain is known as the main source which provide us water. So we can say that mountain act as a main source from where we get water, or river originates, and we easily get water for irrigation and for other purposes. Then the last point is that some mountains are rich in mineral resources. Now here we can say that the mountains, they have minerals also. The minerals can be easily find out in the mountain area, and the minerals can be coal, petroleum. There are so many minerals which we use for several purposes. So mountains, they have rich mineral, they are rich in mineral resources. Thank you.